Ottie Cline Powell. It was late fall, about 130 years ago, when little Ottie, just short of his 5th birthday, failed to return to the one-room schoolhouse with the rest of the children after collecting firewood. Early snows had fallen in the mountains, and that afternoon a freezing rain began, coating the mountains to the west with a white, shimmering veneer. The official search began within hours, but by then, little Ottie was gone. Searchers thought to bring his dog to the school and see if he might find the boy. Instead, the dog ran off towards the great bluff mountain that dominated the skyline. The dog was gone, they say, for most of the day. Meanwhile, the search continued in growing circles around the school. There was no way a boy that young could have wandered that far into those forbidding cliffs. As I approach the peak of Bluff Mountain, the wind suddenly begins to gust hard. It always seems to do this as it makes that final jump across the mountain's top. I guess that's expected when you are standing on the highest spot for miles around. I wonder, however, if it wasn't that blast of wind at the peak that finally stopped him. Just a few feet down from the absolute summit is a small stone monument. It was placed there, according to the plaque, exactly where the body of little Ottie was found by hunters the following spring, as the mountain began to thaw. He had walked more than 7 miles from his school, through rough mountain terrain, uphill the entire way. The doctor that examined the body said that he probably died from exposure that first night, when he finally laid his head down to rest. Lost and alone, I wonder if, when he finally reached the peak and sleet-filled wind hit his small frozen face, he finally gave up and decided to sleep. I try to make the hike at least once a year in the late fall as sort of a pilgrimage. I use this hike to introduce potential wilderness search and rescue students to the reality of what it means to be lost in these mountains. We always leave a small pocket toy on the monument for little Ottie. It's always gone when we return. According to the local legend, when winter's icy breath is on the mountain, little Ottie is seen wandering the woods looking for his way back home. Several hiking logs at the Punch Bowl shelter have reported sighting a small boy who disappears when approached in the vicinity. The monument reads, "This is the exact spot little Ottie Cline Powell's body was found, April 5th, 1891, after straying from Tower Hill Schoolhouse, November 9th, a distance of 7 miles, age 4 years 11 months. If you ever hike up Bluff Mountain on a cold winter day, you might just see the spirit of a little boy named Ottie."